Welcome to another Show Me with Mr. Oliver. Today we're going to look at how to solve time problems. Okay, so Sue got on the bus at 9 o'clock. The bus ride took half an hour. What time did she get off the bus? Well, we know the start time, that's 9 o'clock. We know it took half an hour, and half an hour is 30 minutes. Which means she got off the bus at 9:30. Okay, good. You can see we're using a timeline here, which runs vertically across or horizontally across the screen. The times underneath the timeline are the times you land on. The times in the bubbles or the jumps is how long each time change means. You can do this on a clock if you've got a geared clock or a toy clock that you can work with. At the same time, it's quite helpful to have something like that. Okay, let's look at the next problem. Joe went to the dentist. So let's draw our timeline. He went to the dentist at 11:30. He came out of the dentist at 12:30. So we know our start time. We know our end time. We just need to know how long he was in the dentist for. It's quite useful to land on the o'clocks. So we can see that from 11:30 till 12, that's 30 minutes. And we can see that from 12 o'clock to 12:30 is another 30 minutes. So altogether, he was in the dentist for 60 minutes, which happens to be 1 hour. The next time problem is Dipali went to the dance club at 12 o'clock. She spent 1 hour at the dance club. What time did she leave? So let's start with our timeline again. We know the start time. She went there at 12 o'clock. This time we don't know how long she was there, but we do know how long she was there. She was there for 1 hour, which is the equivalent of 60 minutes. So 12 o'clock and add 1 hour would be 1 o'clock. That's the time that she would leave. In the next time problem, James went to see a Harry Potter film at the cinema at 7:30. So that's our start time. The film started at 7:30. It lasted for 2 whole hours. So 1 hour after 7:30 would be 8:30, and 1 hour after 8:30 would be 9:30. So let's check that. 7:30 plus 1 hour equals 8:30. 8:30 plus 1 hour equals 9:30. What time did the film finish? The film finished at 9:30. Next problem. Slightly tricky here because of the language. Mrs. Dingle cake was in the oven from, that means the start time is 3 o'clock, so from 3 o'clock until 4:45. 4:45. That means 15 minutes until 4 o'clock, which means it was 3 hours and 45 minutes past 3 o'clock. So that's 45 minutes past 3. We can see if we look at the digital times of 3 o'clock and 3:45, that's probably easiest to notice that the clock has jumped 45 minutes. So how long was the cake in the oven? 45 minutes. Sorry, the problem here is the question hasn't posted well. Okay, we managed to fix that problem. The postman started delivering letters at 5:30 in the morning, so we need our timeline. 5:30 in the morning, 5:30 is the same as 30 minutes past 5. That's 5 hours and 30 minutes. His route, his round, took 1.5 hours. So if we add on the half an hour first, and then the hour second, that's 1.5 hours. Because of the time 5:30, it's easy to add the half an hour on first. That means after 30 minutes it would be 6 o'clock. Then an hour after 6 o'clock would be 7 o'clock. So the time he finished was 7 o'clock. The next problem is question 6. A train leaves London at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It arrives in Manchester at 6:30, so we know the start time and the end time. We're trying to work out how long it was the journey. So from 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock, we know was 2 hours. And we know that from 6 o'clock to 6:30 is another 30 minutes or half an hour. So how long was that journey? 2 hours, 30 minutes, or 2.5 hours. Okay, our next problem. Gordon always takes half an hour to read the newspaper in the evening. He starts at 7:15. 7:15 is 7:15 or 15 minutes past 7. If he takes half an hour, that's the equivalent of 30 minutes. We know that 7:15 plus 30 would be 7:45, which is 45 past 7, or 7:45. And our final slide today is Mr. Evans wants to chop down a tree in his garden. He starts at 10:30 and he didn't finish until 12 midday, so that would be 12 o'clock. We need to know how long this took him, so starting by adding on half an hour or 30 minutes to get to 11 o'clock. From 11 o'clock until 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock until 12 o'clock is 1 whole hour. So we can see it took half an hour, then an hour. So that's 1.5 hours, or 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, I hope that's helped. Good luck with your show me's and good luck with solving time-related problems.